and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings. Big hopes and dreams as we cover our kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the par, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
We
Deuce and Mo.
are live!
Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, that's my favorite show.
For the first time ever doing the pod from Golden One Center. Studio is a little bit of a mess tonight, so we are live at the G1C. How are we doing on a Thursday night?
Up, Deuce.
Hey. Is Jebediah here?
Hey, Morgan.
There he is. What's up?
Hey, Jeb. Hi,
I'm rooting
everyone.
for y'all.
Yeah, but how about those Sacramento Kings?
Let's go, Kings.
Oh, it just felt so good
Deuce and
to
Mo.
see some good basketball tonight, Morgan Reagan.
It sure did. It sure did. And it's crazy that the beam is just through those doors that we're looking out right now, but we can't actually see it.
You know what, though?
What?
You can fucking feel it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It's pulsating through my body.
Okay, Bill Walton.
Let me tell you.
It's pulsating through my body.
How are we doing? Oh, man. Let me just tell you
Oh.
something before we start the podcast.
What?
I needed to see a game like this. Not because I'm sitting here going, the Kings season is saved. Here we go. Bring on the Thunder. No. I just need to see some competent basketball tonight. I need to see some enthusiasm,
Why are you yelling
some
at
discipline,
me?
some physicality, some communication. And my goodness, did we see that tonight
All of
as
it.
the Kings clapped that ass?
Is this the show or
No.
Oh, is this the pre-show?
This is the
Okay.
pre-show. Get the fog machine. Dude.
Oh, man.
How funny would it be if, like, we had the fog machine? Would
Well,
people
we-
like, what are they
We
doing?
were
over here?"
asked, like, hey, do you need anything? And we said, yeah, could you get
Yeah.
the lasers and pyro back out? And they
Yeah, can you bring
declined.
the indoor beam up here, please?
Can you guys have the whole team come out really quick and just stand
Yeah,
behind us,
yeah.
for a dramatic moment? They said no.
Man, appreciate you
Declined.
basketball sickos who are here. I know this stretch of Kings basketball has not been the most fun.
No.
Okay, especially when you lose 4 in a row. But for one night at least, you like what you saw. Is it weird that I'm wearing headphones and you're not?
Yeah, I don't, but like I understand it because you were just wanting to make sure. And you know what? Without my headphones on, I'm like hearing all the other noises and people talking. I'm like, whoa.
Aaron says, are they at Golden One Center because they have a functional mouse? I forgot about the mouse issue from the other night.
Did you buy another one yet?
No. Because it was working again the other
But
day.
it's just tricking you. It's
No,
just
man.
tricking.
We talked it out. Like LaVine
I think
and
this
Sabonis.
is one. That's honestly one of the stupidest things you could do.
Oh, man. What's
No.
up, basketball sickos? If you have not done it yet, the biggest thing you can do is help us out. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. All it does is help our channel grow. The poll question tonight, who was the player of the game? Make sure to drop in there. Also, shout out to everyone dropping us live. We got Chris. Say hi to Christy for me.
Hi, Christy.
What's up, Omar, David, and Tiffany? David Robinson is here? I'm sorry, the Admiral?
Yeah, you want to say that one?
David Robinson?
I was like, that's not the one.
What's up, Jace? What's up, Brett? 4C Bar. Joseph is in the building with KC and Jacob. Simple JD is here. Aaron, bad news, sour grapes. Oh, yes. Yes.
This is so great.
Magic Man said this is one of the most fun games of the year. I feel like, have we not heard from Magic Man in a long time? Remember that name?
Yeah, no, I do. I mean, but why haven't we?
Yeah. What's up, Sean? Braden. Santos. Director. Appreciate you guys being here. How are you feeling, huh?
A lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better. You know, a little. It's funny because the only other place that we do the post game pod is like NBC Studios, where it's like
Yeah.
quiet in a studio.
Yeah.
And so like here I'm like, can people hear me talk?
Imagine if we were doing this after a loss and we're just like, this player, and like he's like back there, right there.
I'm not like that. But no, I'm really happy. I feel good. I feel good. It's what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's what I asked for, and I got it. And so, like, I'm not like going, oh, yeah, they got this win against a bad team, but now they're going on a tough road trip. No,
Yeah.
I'm more soaking in the moment. Like, it's way more fun seeing winning basketball, winning all the things. And so I got to make sure to like have that perspective.
Yeah, it's okay to stay in the moment, man.
I'm
Yeah,
staying.
No, I know.
She ain't going.
Yeah, you're like, can I just stay in the moment for like 2 more days? They do have a day off tomorrow before they hit the road.
Just one day in
One
between.
before they go to Orlando.
That is rough.
All right, should we start the pod then?
Yeah.
Jay says doing a podcast with an NBA arena in the background is wild. You know, it's so funny. I just love being in our studio so much that like doing it in other spots just does. Yes, perspective, so cool. But I love our background.
Yeah,
I love our random
agree.
wall. That sources close to the situation say some shit is changing on our wall.
Some shit will be changing after. People will see some podcast blank wall.
What?
April 8th, the paint goes up.
God.
New paint goes up April 8th. And so then it will be blank all the way until like maybe a playoff game.
De'Aaron Fox?
I say a playoff game. I was talking about for another team, but what?
De'Aaron Fox?
He has to make some cameos.
You're off the wall.
Not everywhere. That's so messed up.
Maybe in like the top corner? That you can't really see.
I mean, we have Harry Giles like nameplate on the
good
wall.
point.
Like, come on.
Dissect Podcast, one of the best podcasts in the world, donates $5 saying, apathetic about the Kings, but still excited for every Deuce and Mo episode. That means a lot. That means a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad. You know, I don't know if everyone feels that way when the Kings are doing poorly, but I'm glad you do. All right, let's start the show. Deuce and Mo. We don't have our fancy video intro because that's on me, but we do have the a cappella version of our theme.
Okay.
Deuce and Mo coming down in 3. Not you.
Oh.
Yeah, I got the
thank
actual
God.
thing. 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Hey, welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast. We are recording this on a Thursday night from Golden One Center.
Hi.
But we're doing it from here tonight.
It's a little weird.
But we're happy to do it from here because the Sacramento Kings bounce back in a big way, ending their 7-game homestand with a nice win over the Portland Trail Blazers. Zach LaVine with a big game.
Yep.
Looking like the real Zach LaVine, I think.
Yep.
Domantas Sabonis, a monster. Malik Monk back, but not in the starting lineup. And the Kings get the win tonight, 128 to 107. This podcast is always presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. How you doing, Mo?
Fantastic. The beam is lit. People are happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
The approach tonight was what I wanted. And
Yep.
we were just listening to what Zach LaVine had to say post-game, and he was talking about how they came out and outplayed the Blazers.
Yes.
Like they were physical.
We outplayed them. And he was confident with saying it, too.
He popped tonight.
He did.
He popped. And, you know, last game against OKC, OKC is probably one of the worst teams you could play when you need a win, right? They're the best team in the league, in my opinion. They make you look bad. But the Kings also just were stuck in the mud that game. And you just noticed several times where it just seemed like LaVine was disconnected. His last 4 games, 14 points a game, not shooting the ball well. I didn't feel like that effort was like popping off.
The body language was a little off.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And so tonight from the jump, I thought the Kings' pace was great.
Yep.
I thought defensively, the communication, the rotations, helping the helper. They were in the right spots. They were contesting well. And then they got out and ran. It was great to see.
They started the game off strong, and they never looked back. And that is something you don't see consistently from this team. That is what you see from a good basketball team. And I felt like they played like, hey, we're a good basketball team, and we're going to do what we're supposed to do against this Blazers team that also missing some guys, but also can get things done because all year long you see how they have posed as a threat to the Sacramento Kings. And been challenging as a matchup to some other teams as well, just because of the way they play.
Some of the numbers that pop off to me: points in the paint for Sacramento, 60 points in the paint. They missed 5 shots in the paint, 30 of 35. That is 85.7%. The other thing, the fast break points.
Beautiful.
Oh, man, they were getting up and down the floor. Sacramento 24-11 on fast break points. And a lot of that was in the first half, too. But that's what I noticed more so than anything tonight. I thought LaVine looked more like the LaVine I saw in Chicago that I've seen throughout his NBA career that I haven't seen consistently here. We talked to Sabonis about that after the game a little bit, and he was talking about how him and Zach went and watched film together. They're still trying to learn each other.
Yes.
What stood out to you about how LaVine approached things tonight?
I mean, I think we can use the word he was aggressive, right? Like that would be the first thing that you know. It's like he was aggressive. He was decisive. And this is what we keep saying in the games that he has like this. He's not thinking about it. He's just playing basketball. He's just going. He's ripping the ball through, getting into the paint. Even off of some of these DHOs, I felt like he was doing them, or DHO, or even in the two-man game, because it's not even necessarily always a dribble handoff that he was doing these certain things, but it was like he was doing what made him comfortable. I don't like coming off your shoulder, so I'm going to come speeding like this off this angle off you, or whatever it is. I don't know if they talked about it or they just got it down, but it felt like they were both playing, Sabonis and LaVine were playing their game when they were in the two-man game together.
It was interesting. The one play where they had a two-man action that LaVine got downhill to attack, Sabonis kind of like, it looked like a quarterback throwing it, like pitching it
He's
to
like,
LaVine on the move.
I slow down if we connect shoulder to shoulder. Again, I'm just predicting.
Yeah,
right?
no,
I'm
it's
speculating this is what was said. Like, hey, I don't like coming off shoulder to shoulder, but I am so quick that I can get that first step on my defender. And if you just like shovel me the pass this way, I'll keep going. And I felt like that was what was happening.
And that worked tonight. But, I mean, I don't know if that's like a recipe. I mean, teams could blow that up.
Sure.
But there's instances depending on how the defense is playing it. Like tonight, you could do that, and that was great execution. And I also like last game, I didn't feel like he played physical enough attacking.
No.
Tonight, he played physical attacking.
Even throwing his arm a little bit, and when you have that jam down the middle, oh my God.
Yeah, he shed the defender, blew him up with that shoulder, and then attacked.
Do you think that maybe too the way that he was playing defense tonight, like?
I thought the team defense tonight, and
the team, but him as an individual first, him as an individual, do you think that kind of like fired him up with what he was actually going to do on the offensive end as well?
I'm curious what the conversations were like after the OKC game, because, I just thought defensively, like, I didn't see it from him.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. He's not noted as being a good defender.
Sure.
But I can't have you standing straight up. I can't have you, when you miss a shot, jog back on defense.
Yeah.
And tonight, the intensity and effort was there. He's an athletic guy.
Mm-hmm.
There was a play that we showed on postgame tonight where, like, he gets switched on to Kamara, late shot clock situation. Kamara's got a size advantage. He took up the airspace, swiping at it, forced a shot clock violation, and I'm like, that's what we got to see. You don't have to be a first-team defensive guy to bring the effort, and I thought he did that tonight. So it's to me, I get less concerned about Zach LaVine's scoring. It's more about the approach. And tonight, I thought this was the type of game. And if I'm Doug, I'm like, hey, this is on tape now. I know you can do it.
Yeah.
I know you can play that way. And I'm not saying it's going to be this easy and he's going to score 29 every night, but you know what I'm saying. It's like the shot making, everything.
It's about finding it deep within to have that mentality and approach to every single game. Even if you're not making your shots, what are you going to do on the defensive end to help out your team? And when every single person is connected on the defensive end like that and is giving it their all, being in a defensive stance, making sure that they're there in rotation, talking it up, it makes everything better. And it's like, that's simple to say, right? Like, it's like, no shit, we already know that. But you get to see it out there tonight when Keegan and Keon, that perimeter pressure is there, and they're like, thank you, everyone else. Thank you, second line of defense, for also being there for our help. And then the second line of defense is yelling up to them going, hey, thank you guys for
help the
also
helper.
Like, everyone's helping one another when they're playing defense like that.
And now they got to carry this forward, right? Because not every team's going to be the Blazers. We get that. But, the Blazers can be a challenging team. And, like you were saying, the Kings have struggled with them too this year.
Yeah.
But I loved the approach from the Kings defensively tonight. And so that was really exciting to see.
6 steals for Keon Ellis, season high.
Well, let's talk about that next. And I'm sure we'll bounce around a little bit. But Malik Monk returns tonight.
Oh, yes.
And, we all assume he's going to be back in the starting line because that's what they have been doing. And they make the announcements tonight. It's like, oh, Malik Monk. Then the game starts. I'm like, Morgan, Keon Ellis is out there.
No, literally, it was this. It was, he gasped, and I was like scared. Like, what did you just see? And that was all. That was it that happened. But dramatic approach from Deuce.
And let me tell you,
yeah,
this is something that I think, and I'm curious if they're going to go forward with this. I haven't seen the post-game comments from Doug. I'm scrolling through to see if he said anything about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't really seen anything about what happened. But ultimately, he goes with Keon Ellis tonight.
Yeah.
And I think this just makes sense, guys. I mean, all of the lineups that you look at, especially since the trade, when Keegan and Keon are on the floor, good things happen. I think that specific group is perfect for that. Like, you need Keon and Keegan out there when you've got DeMar and LaVine and Sabonis. And, I know you don't have a traditional point guard, but, like, DeMar did a good job getting the ball up the floor and getting the Kings into their offense tonight, too. Like, he was kind of playing the point guard spot. But I love the decision to do that. Malik's comfortable coming off the bench. And let's be honest about this shit. What they have been doing, then there's data that backs it up. They've been losing games.
Yeah.
Let's go with it and see what it looks like tonight. And I thought it was a good move.
And it's funny, even when we've been talking about it throughout this time, and you're like, I think it's obvious, the numbers and everything else, like, they got to do it. And I was just to the point of the season, like, who cares if they do it or not? And then Malik got sick, and then you saw these opportunities even more so for Keon in the last couple. And it's like, yeah, I get it. It makes sense. It makes sense in a lot of different ways. And again, it's not even about who's the best player. It's about what works best for that unit, right?
Yep.
Because, like, Malik, in so many ways, as an NBA player and his confidence, is not going to want to be coming off the bench now, especially on this team that has made so many adjustments. But you look at the trades that were made and the roster construction, and it's like,
it just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean, and tonight, Malik only played 17 minutes.
Sick, coming back from the illness.
Yeah, he's been really, really sick. 16 points in those minutes.
Yeah.
A few assists. Love the spark he brought. And you still can play him and stagger him with the starters. It was good to see him and Sabonis get that two-man action going. I think that's been sorely missed in a big way. And I also just think, in general, like, Malik playing again, it helps everybody because the pace gets going. Same with Sabonis being back. The pace gets going.
Everyone just, like, keeps
Zach
up.
LaVine loves playing in pace.
Yes.
And I don't think the ball has been, they haven't been getting the ball up and down the floor. Even tonight, Zach LaVine said after the game, even after makes and misses, we finally pushed the pace. We played a lot faster, and that got us easier looks in transition.
Yes.
I think that helps everybody get into a rhythm. Christy said after the game, I think we're starting to understand a Zach a little bit better. Like, the advancement of the basketball sometimes helps get him downhill. His gravity downhill is super incredible.
You got to play to your strengths. And when someone is that dominant, there we go.
Good job.
Thank you. Going downhill, you got to make sure to utilize it. I mean, it's incredible what he can do in his craftiness to finish around the rim. And then, even like you talk about the pace and people pushing it, even someone like DeMar DeRozan the last couple of games, I don't know what he's averaging with his assists, but it's something we definitely need to talk about. But tonight, 10 assists. And my point to that being is he's running too. He's making sure to not just, like, stick with the ball. It's not just, it's like he looks for his when he needs to, but he's finding a better balance and a flow to, like, oh yeah, we do work better as a team when everyone's just flowing and pushing and going.
And I thought his game tonight was strong too.
It was.
He was getting to his spots. He liked some of the matchups and kept drawing fouls. Denny Avdia must have fouled him like 3 or 4 times alone.
I know.
And DeMar finished with 21 points, 10 assists. He did it on 6 of 10 shooting. He was 9 for 11 at the free throw line.
I love it.
Sorry, we kind of jumped off of Keon for a second.
Oh, yeah, back
Keon in the start. I like it. I hope they keep going with it. Keon's an important part to this team. I think he's a guy in the future who has all defensive potential, and having him and Keegan in the starting lineup, just having two guys that have the ability to defend a few positions out there and bring that intensity, like you say, on the perimeter. Yes. And Malik being back. Nice. Let him, what?
Why'd you yell?
Because I just got fired up thinking about it.
Yes.
It's just,
I like it.
It felt like it was long overdue.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was like the point that they reached. Okay, fine, we'll do it. But I hope they keep doing it going forward.
I think, but say what was the point? I think tonight was more so just because of coming back from the illness and everything as well.
Maybe
it gave them
maybe he'll be starting next game. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, but I liked what they got tonight out of it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, in his 31 minutes, like you said, finished with those 10 points, 6 steals, 3 rebounds, and it's truly what he's doing on the defensive end. And then obviously his ability to still contribute on the offensive end when needed has been special this season.
Sabonis tonight, Morgan. Good to see him find a rhythm.
Love.
He missed his last month has been insane. The hamstring, the ankle,
the 3-point shooting.
The 3-point shooting. He was on a stretch of 0 for his last 15. Finally hit one tonight. Both his shots from 3 look good.
Yeah.
Only one went in. He ends up with 22 points, 19 rebounds, 6 assists. Damn, he did have 6 turnovers. Damn.
What you gonna?
I'm just pointing that out. He was 9 for 11 shooting in this game. But yeah, it was. I don't know. He looked like he was moving well out there too.
He did. I like the way that he was also running the floor. I mean, it's always what he does. Moving, it just gets people moving for him without the basketball. And I think the biggest thing that you notice from him on a night like tonight, especially when it feels like that length has posed as a challenge for him at times as well, I just feel like he was doing a really good job of approaching his situations with his teammates on the floor with more love and encouragement than he was with this is your fault, this is bad,
Dude.
I'm frustrated.
Hey, we talked about that last podcast. He was so irritated last game, and there were times
you could just tell.
Well, I mentioned this in the OKC game. He has a backdoor pass to LaVine, who finished, by the way. It was a great play, and Sabonis throws his hands up like, about time.
By the way,
I'm like, you can't do that.
I have no problem with a lot of it because it does come from a place of passion. But this is where I have the problem. You can't do that with people you're just starting to build a relationship with. You know, like maybe if it's someone you've known for quite some time and you're like, shit, he always does that shit, so I can just be frustrated with them. That's our relationship. Your approach has to be different with some of the new guys. And if you want to build that chemistry and just do the right thing as a teammate. And I felt like for him to kind of change that up tonight and see the more encouraging side of him, I was like, those things, I know for some people they'll be like, that's not a big deal. It's what you do on the floor. Blah, blah. It's such a big deal. These are humans out there playing the sport. They're playing together. They're battling together. You gotta make sure you're together on all cylinders.
I almost ran down these stairs behind me.
Oh.
And gave LaVine some love after he came over on weak side help and played some great defense.
You almost did.
I'm like, thank you.
It was
I
nice.
know you can do it.
I know.
Now, Sabonis also has to, those moments of encouragement have to happen even when things aren't going well.
Absolutely. No.
It can't just be when things are high, like, good job.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
No, absolutely. But I mean, it's a good start, right? It's like you aren't, you're not frustrated when a DHO doesn't go your way or someone isn't cutting. Like, you just didn't see that body language from him, and that goes a long way, especially as a leader out there too. And so, yeah, I like the way that they were all together tonight, but you're exactly right. There wasn't a lot of adversity with what the Blazers were throwing at them. The Kings were pretty much in control the whole game. I think it's something that they needed to see. I think it's something the Kings fans need to see on the home floor too.
I'm glad you brought that up. It felt like they just had a 20-point lead forever tonight.
Yeah.
And I think everybody was waiting, like, okay, when's a Blazer? When are they going to cut it to like 9? It's going to be a game. We're going to feel it. Because that's what we have seen so often.
Too often.
Like, They had control. They were up 19 against the Bulls and lost that game, right? On this homestand. So like it was refreshing to see them like get the lead and just handle their business. The Blazers in this game shot under 40%. They did hit 16 threes tonight on 50 attempts, 32%. Meanwhile, Sacramento shot 65% in this game.
You guys.
But I think I love this number.
What?
Just 10 of 27 from 3. I like a lot of threes too.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is, maybe mentally for me, just seeing that they didn't just win a game by, they hit 23s tonight, so that's why they won.
Yeah.
I mean, they had that game, I don't know, they're all coming together. Oh, the OKC game.
Yep.
Where they hit 23 threes and lost.
Yep. And it was not a pretty game.
No.
And no, that was so nice to see the way it wasn't just like line drives from Zach LaVine or Malik Monk getting into the paint. It was the way that they were generating things on the offensive end, moving the ball, moving without the ball, not just from left to right around the horn, but just kept working it through the gaps, kept cutting through the gaps, whether it was a flex cut, whether it was just someone in a little two-man action, whatever it was just like they were doing a little bit of everything on the offensive end to get into the paint. Obviously, the Blazers defense, not enough resistance, not enough pressure, but good job. I mean, then the Kings did what they needed to do and executed against this Blazers defense, and they did it so efficiently. That was one of the most beautiful things. How many points did they end up finishing with the paint? I said 60.
60 on 30 of 35 in the paint.
So that was great. In 30 of 35, that was the other number that you said. Efficiently. I just loved so many different things about their offense tonight.
Brendan Nunez, our buddy from Sacktown Sports, was in the press conference after the game. He said that Doug Christie talked about the decision to start Keon Ellis over Monk. He said trying to work Malik back in and make sure he's comfortable and he's feeling good. He also said it's something that they will consider moving forward. Quote, Malik in a 6-man role is spectacular because he can come in and be aggressive in the way that I want him to.
I love it.
And that's another interesting point because we've talked a lot about like, hey, Malik, with the starters and him trying to pick his spots, he's been one of those guys that comes in right away being aggressive, looking for maybe getting that 2-man action with Sabonis.
Yeah.
Where with this group, when he's with DeRozan and LaVine and Keegan and Sabonis, him trying to find the balance of go get mine while at the same time making sure others are involved.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the other thing. Like, not only is Keon just really good defenseman, I think the unit needs it, I think Monk might just be better served coming off the bench. I mean, we've seen this. The guy should have won 6-man of the year last year.
Yeah.
Nas Reed robbed
No,
him.
and I think
Still not over
I
it.
think when we ultimately saw him being put into that starting role, it was a different roster. It was a different team, and there was a lot of things that were working with him being in that starting unit. That was really nice to see. But you have seen him for quite some time be so dominant in that 6-man role and just even shines even more.
I mean,
in so many and ends up in a lot of times playing starting minutes.
Exactly. And that's the thing, right? Like, I think Mike Brown felt the same way. Like, Mike Brown talks all the time. He goes, look, Manu Ginobili, he is a starter, but came off the bench because it was best for the team.
Yes.
You mentioned Andre Iguodala, same thing with the Golden State Warriors. Could be a starter, but coming off the bench, like, he was better for that team in that role. It's not about, like, and that's the thing. You're right. All these guys love to start, but.
Well, and they love to start for different reasons too, right? I mean, like, there's just, when you look at NBA contracts and like, I'm a starter in this league, and just sometimes it's just pure pride and whatever else it is, because you have to look out for yourself as an individual in this league, because there's a lot of organizations and teams that don't care much about you and what you're trying to accomplish in your career. They care about what the team is trying to accomplish, and there's, I understand both sides of that.
Let's give some love to the basketball sickos in the building tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Seriously, we appreciate you guys being here. I know it's been a roller coaster ride of a season. We try to make the best of it. We laugh sometimes so we don't cry.
And tonight we celebrate.
Yeah. No, I was talking to someone after the post game tonight, and it's just like, I get mad, I mean, I don't tell you this, but
Yeah.
I get really upset when we have a podcast and it's too serious. Not because
I know.
we have to have some fun, okay? We're
Yeah.
not like solving world issues. We're trying to like figure out what the hell to get this basketball team going in the right direction. But it doesn't mean we
100%.
can't laugh. Do we have to be like, angry and throwing stuff after every loss? I can't live like that.
No.
And I felt today. I talked to Morgan about this today. With rumors that always happen, you see on social media, I feel so much. And
spiral.
This team is like my life in a way that's crazy, right? Like we live this shit.
But and so many other people do too.
Yes,
so
I
it's
know.
like I get it.
And so like there are times like I was feeling low today. And it wasn't because I felt better. It was just I get these moments where I'm just like
where is this team going?
Where is this going? And I get in my own head, I spiral and I start thinking about, oh God, is this going to be bad forever? Oh my God. And it's a crappy feeling. It is.
It is because it also is too, because it's kind of like a family member where it's like they're always going to be there and you can set your boundaries with your family member and like.
Hey, can you explain that? I'm not exactly like.
Because
I don't.
I know because you don't have.
I'm an orphan.
I know.
In some ways.
So sorry. So this doesn't go to you in some ways. I say it like there's people with family members and people with bad relationships with their families, and they'll be like, you have to have a relationship with it's your mom or it's your grandma or whoever it is, and it's like, no, you don't have to. But sometimes, like, there's still a bond there where there's always going to be love in a relationship. And I think sometimes with this team, I feel like it's just like another family member for me where I always feel this relationship and this bond. And even when they piss me off or I spiral or I feel different things and down, there's not a boundary that I want to set. Maybe with my emotions and me as an individual, but not with them. Like, I still want to be there for them. I still want to watch them. I still want to talk about them. I still want to, but like, I do it with a different approach with my emotions. Like, I have more of a controlled boundary on how I'm going to go. Thank
must
you.
Must feel good, huh?
Thank you.
It must feel great. Have control.
I mean, you do too a little bit. You have better control since you've been going to therapy.
Brought it up, like they're like, "Oh, Deuce, his silence is deafening today," and I just responded like, "I have to sometimes because I'm in this shit 24/7.
Yeah,
I have to disengage a little bit because if I get caught up in every single rumor or anything or start overthinking things, it brings me down. And I want this to go in the right direction so bad, and that's what all these fans deserve. Is like I just want to see a sustained success.
Absolutely.
And just give me some fun basketball.
But that's why, though, at the end of the day, too, it's like you said, we're not solving world problems. We're talking. We just witnessed. We just got to enjoy and watch and witness and now talk about a basketball game, and a basketball game that ended well for the team that we root for, that we are covering, that we enjoy. And so when you just put it like that, it's like, yeah, soak it in. Enjoy the moment, the present.
Yeah, that just reminded me too.
What?
We met a podcast listener tonight named Bella.
Oh, yes.
And her brother Mason lives in Sweden, and he doesn't get to watch the games. And his connection and how he keeps up is listening to our podcast. And
the sweetest thing.
And like that's his connection to his team in Sacramento. So Bella was awesome.
Yes, and thank
shout
you,
out Mason.
Yep, Mason, and just shout out to so many others. I know Andrea came up. She listens with her dad. I mean, there was just so many of you tonight. And by the way, like even those moments, we just think is the coolest thing. Thanks for taking the time. Charles as well, and taking the time to say what's up to us. Like but then all the love and the compliments. Sometimes too much. Like it hurts my heart because it's so much. So just thank you for always being there for us. And I'm so glad that we get to all roll through this together.
Shout out to Super Chats too. We mentioned Dissect Podcast. Also, Ashir donating $5 said, did anyone else catch Doug Christie eyes closed at the third quarter at the 141 mark after the Malik Monk 3? Prayers were answered. Got the win. I did not see that.
No,
I'll have to go back and watch.
That's hilarious.
Ori in the chat donates. He says, back in Israel after watching 6 Kings games, 4 in gold, 1 center, so positive, but hard watching this win from afar, missing the energy. Yeah, cool, and it was great energy in the building tonight. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was fun to see them bounce back in this way and
Yeah.
do it in a way that wasn't just hot shooting. It was playing with force and seeing guys who maybe have been struggling like LaVine get out of that funk and play like you expect.
So now how do they carry this same approach to the next game?
Here's the one thing, okay?
What's the one thing?
If you get down early, we don't like put our heads down. If there are some missed calls,
Yeah.
we don't get frustrated and let that dictate our approach.
Yeah.
We handle our shit, okay? When we go out on the floor, this is
You see that?
it
You
is
see the
March
floor?
27th.
It's March 27th.
We are in a race, in a play-in race.
Yeah.
We need to have the same approach. If you approach games like tonight, you're going to be in it. It doesn't mean you're going to win by 20 against some of the better teams. But if you go to Orlando and you're flying around and you're rotating
Yes. Yes.
on defense and you're playing with physicality, you're playing fast, I'm going to like your chances. Because guess what? You didn't hit 25 threes tonight. You hit 10. But you went and got downhill. You got guys involved.
There's
the ball
no
popped.
better time than now to leave it all out there. And we've said this after a lot of these wins, and then even after the 4-game losing streak. It was like there's times we're just questioning the effort, the heart, the body language, and that's something I just never want to feel again. And I feel like for most of the season, even since the trade deadline, it's something that we haven't really had to talk about. So the fact that we were kind of starting to see that a little bit in some of those losses was really disappointing to see them pull back out of it. You didn't see any of that shit tonight. And that to me is just so very important, especially when you're about to hit the road. And it's not going to be easy.
Lock in. You know someone we did not talk about tonight?
Who?
Keegan Murray.
Oh my God, we did, but we talked to him.
We did talk to him after the game. I love how Keegan's playing. He's hitting shots again since the start of 2025. 39% from 3 on over 6 attempts a game.
Love it.
Before that, 28% from 3. New year, new Keegan.
Love it.
Doing the same things defensively, but the one thing I love tonight, God, I jumped out of my seat early in the game. Pushing in transition.
You don't have to point.
I like it because the court's right
I know,
behind
but
me.
we all get it.
Pushing in
Okay,
transition.
keep pointing.
This guy getting downhill. Donovan clinging in his way. 7'2", 280 pounds. That's a big dude, right?
Uh-huh.
Keegan went like this. Lowered that shoulder.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Clinging.
There's
Off
security here.
balance. And you know what Keegan did? He dunked the fucking ball. It was nasty, and I loved it.
You won't yell that.
No. Morgan,
What?
we asked him about that after the game, too.
You
About that
did.
play. I
Yeah.
asked him, because Keegan, you know what I love
No,
tonight?
he's like, you pumped me up.
Did I say that?
You said something stupid like that. I liked it.
Coach Mason, you know?
Yeah.
Just tell you.
No. But you said that.
I
and
might
then
be on the staff next year. You never know. What would you do?
broadcaster turned.
That's never happened
NBC
here.
broadcaster turned coach.
Mike Bibby, Doug Christie,
Oh, my
Deuce
God.
Mason. No. In all seriousness,
Bye.
I loved his answer.
I've been in the weight room.
He did not say it like that.
What'd he
He's
say?
talking about being in the weight room. And it's something that we've made a point a lot this year. It's like, hey, I see the physicality from Keegan on the defensive end.
Uh-huh.
Hell, we showed it with the defense against Chet. You know, like he's taken. I mean, everyone who he defends, right? He plays with physicality. He can take bumps. You're 6'8". You're strong.
Yep.
I want to see it on the other end. You're seeing that now from him.
It's nice. And you're seeing it more and more from him.
Yes.
And I love that he's like, look, I'm putting in the work in the weight room, so I want to make sure to utilize it out there on the court. I don't know, he's maturing in his game too. Not only in his body, but just his approach with that and being like, I can do this, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah, just to be clear.
Yeah.
I've had Keegan Murray stock for a long time,
Okay.
and it's dipped. I'm holding it because I know.
Why would you not?
I know it's going to the moon.
Okay.
I believe in this guy.
I mean, even when some people don't online, like I don't give a shit. Like
I know,
like,
but
trust,
I'm letting you know. Like
trust
I,
your
I
eyes.
held. I didn't even sell like a share. I was like, I got this.
I mean, why? Neither did I. Like, why would you?
Sorry. Okay, I apologize for saying that. My opinion on this matter.
You know why? Because it's like there was never doubt in my mind. There was
Congrats. I'm sorry. There's others who've had doubt. I'm just
and
noting it. Thank you.
By the way, when others
Golly.
have had that doubt, I mean a lot of doubt online. It's the same thing with De'Aaron Fox that people had, where people are like, he sucks,
Who?
he can't do this, blah blah blah. And it's
Who?
like, shut up. You know exactly what I'm saying though. It's like what he was capable of doing on both ends of the floor was tremendous. And being that two-way guy in this league was at a very high level. I think when you look at some of these guys, what people really do get more frustrated with on some of those bad nights is when they have to question the fire
Yep.
within. And that had happened a lot with De'Aaron. And then he kept growing, and then it got more and more consistent. You still saw it go up and down. And then with Keegan, he's still growing as a man, as a player, all these different things trying to figure out. So when you see it more and more consistent, him battle through people, like you're starting to trust, like, okay, I think he does have that fire. I think he has it within.
Appreciate everyone hanging out with us tonight. We should mention that tonight's podcast presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery.
Oh, yes.
Wish we had
Sentivo.
a bottle here, huh?
No, that would be absolutely amazing. I'm sure there's some somewhere in this arena, but we do not have one with us. But you can have one if you go to sentivovineyards.com and you can pick out any bottle you want. Every single bottle is absolutely amazing. Deuce and I have tried every single bottle, and I'm not kidding when I say they're all amazing. But they also have a tasting room opening up in the Fairfield area this spring. So you're going to want to check it out. It is stunning. Make sure to go to sentivovineyards.com.
Also presented tonight by our friends over at Golden One Credit Union. We are all one with Golden One.
We're here.
At Golden One Center.
I know.
Start your financial journey today. GoldenOneCreditUnion.com, the official credit union of the Sacramento Kings. And there's some amazing perks for being a Kings fan. You join. How about 50% off Kings home games? Only 3 of those left. Plus 15% off merch when you use your Golden One debit card. So many perks. That's how you win as one at Golden One. Also presented tonight by our friends over at
Medic Ambulance. We're thrilled to team up with Medic Ambulance, the trusted name in emergency medical service across Northern California. From life-saving responses to being the team behind the scenes at your favorite events, Medic is there to serve. When seconds matter, trust the professionals setting the standard inpatient care. Medic is the official emergency medical response partner of Sac Republic and Sac State Athletics. Learn more at medicambulance.net.
Also presented tonight by our friends over at
Mando.
You want to stop smelling like poop? You want to smell good for a long time?
Yeah.
You got to check out Mando Whole Body Deodorant. 72-hour odor control that actually stops odor before it starts. Literally, I can't remember the last time I put deodorant on.
Really?
It's been about 72 hours now.
Did you used to smell like poop before
No,
Mando?
I don't, but this is like next level. And as someone that I never want to smell bad,
Yeah.
I never, and I'm very sensitive to body
I know
odor.
you've actually have said this before.
If you're a little stank, like here's Mando. It'll make your life better.
Oh, good idea.
The best part, you can put Mando everywhere.
Yeah.
And when I mean everywhere, I'm
No,
talking about
not
your
here.
pits,
No.
your packages,
There you go.
your feet, your skin folds, your back, your knees, everywhere. Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers, too. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. And as a special offer for our listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code DMPOD at shopmando.com. SHOP. Let me do it again.
Yeah.
SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando.
Head, knees, and toe.
Packages, skinfuls.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much for the support. Morgan Reagan.
Yes.
Who would be your simply the best player of the game? Before you answer, we'll ask the audience question.
Fair.
The poll question: who was the player of the game? Was it Zach LaVine,
Mm-hmm.
Domantas Sabonis, DeMar DeRozan, or Keegan Murray?
Ooh, I want to go. I could go Domas. I'm gonna go Zach. I really liked his way of playing tonight, his approach, and what he did on both ends of the floor.
The audience agrees with you.
Oh, good.
48% of the people who voted say Zach LaVine. 26% say Sabonis. 22% give some love to Keegan Murray tonight. But yeah, Zach LaVine finishes this game with 29 points, 13 of 18 shooting. He was 2 of 5 from downtown. What was the question post-game? Was that Mark Haynes, our buddy Mark Haynes, who asked him?
Was it Mark Haynes?
Were you upset that you only took 5 threes?
And
And LaVine's like,
I'm not. Oh, no.
We
He
won
said,
by
are you
20.
disappointed you only took 5 threes? And he goes, no, we won by 20.
what do you do if LaVine's like up there like pissed? He's like, yeah, dude, like if we hit, I'll give you a 10. So like it is what it is.
Doug said I'm going to blow up
Yeah.
if I don't at least get 10 attempts.
Yeah. That's a good one. He's our simply the best player of the game, presented by Northwest Exteriors. They're celebrating 30 years. Check out all their deals online, northwestexteriors.com, because Morgan Reagan, they are
Simply the best. Trust Northwest.
Zach LaVine, or simply the best player of the game.
Something I want to say about Zach LaVine that, I keep giving him credit. Like, yeah, he was playing defense tonight. I hope there's a time with him on the Sacramento Kings where I'm not surprised by him
Agreed.
playing defense.
We talked about that intensity. I think that's super important.
It's just he's got it. He's only 30, just turned 30. Got it. He's healthy. Just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Not acting like it's easy.
No.
But
yeah, I mean, I think the effort you saw tonight on that end is exactly what you're saying. It's like seeing that consistently would go a long, long way.
absolutely for
And,
everyone.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how they build off this, because now they hit the road. There's only 9 games left. They hit the road for 6 games. Ready for the schedule, Morgan? Looking ahead. Next up,
Yes.
Saturday in Orlando.
Okay.
Monday against the Pacers. Wednesday against the Wizards. Friday against the Hornets. And then they finish the road trip with a back-to-back. The Cavs and the Pistons, before returning home for the final 3 games of the regular season against the Nuggets, the Clippers, and the Suns.
It's just that sounds awful.
Yeah, this is not an easy road trip.
Uh-huh.
Orlando lost tonight to Dallas. So
Yeah.
Dallas has actually moved to the 10th spot. Sacramento still in 9th. Kings with a half-game lead. The Suns are in 11th at the moment in terms of the play-in race. So Orlando, we saw them here last time, and Wagner could not miss a 3. Their size gave Sacramento fits. It's been a while, though. So I'm interested to see how Sacramento handles that challenge.
Agreed.
Then they take on the Pacers. Did you guys see what the Pacers did tonight?
Did you see?
No. This is one of the most impressive offensive displays. I don't know. I don't have any like fancy stat for you because I haven't seen it tonight. I didn't watch the game, but just seeing it on paper, they put up 162 points tonight against the Wizards.
In 4 quarters. No overtime.
Remember, the Kings had that classic game against the Clippers, double OT, that was 176-175.
Mm-hmm.
That was with 10 extra minutes being played.
Yes.
A 48-minute game. Indiana scored 62 points. They won 162-109. They hit 27 of 47 from 3.
Impressive.
Insane numbers.
Shot 64% from the field, but then everyone on the team scored.
Everyone scored.
Everyone.
9 players in double figures tonight.
Yep.
They had 48 assists. 48 assists on 59 makes. Their bench scored 85 points. Oh my God.
Insane. I mean, just what a performance. At the same time, I didn't actually see how much they dominated, but I think when you just look at the box score,
Yeah, it's safe to say when you're up by 50.
you just and you see the efficiency too. It's like they were just making everything.
Dude, insane. So they're playing some really good basketball right now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a tough one, what Tyrese Halliburton can do. That team looks like they're pretty locked in right now. So that's going to be a really challenging matchup for Sacramento. Other games around the league that we should mention, dude. If you have not seen the finish to the Bulls-Lakers game,
go watch.
Go watch. Go watch.
I mean, what? The last 12 seconds.
The
That's all
last 12 seconds.
Yeah.
So
that's all you need to watch.
with 12.6 seconds to go, Austin Reeves makes 2 free throws to put the Lakers up 115 to 110.
Okay.
115, 110.
Up 5, 12 seconds to go.
Patrick Williams, great look for 3. Bang! It's in. So it's okay. 115, 113 with 10.3 to go. LeBron James turnover. Giddey to White. 3 ball. Oh my God. The Bulls are up with 6.1. 116, 115. We're not done. Timeout. Let's figure it out. We call up a play. Austin Rivers gets to the rim. Lakers.
Austin Rivers?
Yeah. Austin Rivers' friend Austin Reeves.
Got it.
Sorry.
There you go.
Why would I say Austin Rivers?
Thank God I stopped you.
Austin Reeves. I think because he flowed.
Just stop.
Okay. Austin Reeves layup puts the Lakers up by 1 with 3.3. Oh, the Lakers escape. A game winner. Dude.
No.
Josh Giddey gets the ball, launches. Insane. A 47-footer for the win. In. The Bulls get the victory tonight in a miracle. 119 to 117. Honestly,
what a fun
watching
finish.
Basketball all these years, there's like games that stick with you when Tracy McGrady had that like epic comeback against the Spurs. What was it, like 15 points in the final something seconds?
Whoa.
But this game tonight, that's an insane way to win a game.
It was insane, but actually like watching it was bizarre. Like those type of finishes don't, and on their home floor, Bulls at home, on their home floor, they finish it like that. I can't imagine what. Oh, and what did Kevin Huerter finish with?
He had 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists.
Good game
on
from
5 of 10
him.
shooting. Kobe White had 26. Giddey with a triple-double, 25, 14, and 11. The Bulls win again. They're playing some great basketball.
They really are.
Great basketball. Those Bulls played well, and our Bulls played well. DeMar and LaVine. Right?
You're an idiot. You're so
Kind
fucking
of funny.
stupid.
No, but seriously, I just like for Bulls fans, they've been through a lot too recently. And they've been through it all.
Yeah.
To see them have kind of a young team that is playing some fun basketball right now.
That burst of energy,
Yeah.
like good for them, happy for them. It's that time of year where like the excitement is here because games are so important. But Deuce had a great scenario on pregame.
This is okay. Okay, so thank you, Morgan.
You're so welcome.
All right, so this whole playing thing, I've been low on the team. I think we all have, right? The Kings,
I think,
okay?
yeah.
And I'm like, dude, are they even gonna make the play-in?
Mm-hmm.
And look, they may not. They
may not.
And I'm like, okay, well, you got to keep your pick then.
Mm-hmm.
Great. This is supposed to be a great draft. You keep your pick. That might be the right thing anyway.
Yeah.
But if this team is gonna make the play-in, here's what I want.
What do you want?
This is like
I already know.
This is my dream.
Uh-huh.
If they're gonna do it, you win your 9-10 matchup at home against either Phoenix or Dallas. Okay.
Sure.
Then go on the road and play the Golden State Warriors in San Francisco and beat them and end their season. And maybe that's going to be our highs for years to come. It's just like ending
the Warriors
in the play-in and then getting knocked out right
Who
after.
cares?
I don't care.
I don't care if you lose by $1 billion.
This season's been so at times, like
Yeah.
the stuff that we have had to deal with as fans, that if that is going to be my one moment, if you're going to lose your draft pick, then lose it in a way that like I can get down with, and that is by beating the Warriors and ending their season after they get Jimmy. But I would just like doing it in their building,
you
doing
remember
it 2 years in a row.
what it felt like last year, and it feels like you won the championship. And again, Warriors fans will be like, act like you've been there. No, because we haven't been there. So those are our championships, and it's way more fun seeing you cry than it is doing anything else with the Kings.
I know it's a scenario that's unlikely to happen, but
I
like,
know.
if it were to happen, cool. And then you
I'd
probably
feel
lose to OKC
re-energized.
and like somehow they lose in 3 games. Like, what? It's a 7-game series. Yeah, we decide not to play that 4th game. We're going home. It's over. But yeah, that would be that would make me feel good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. It's probably not going to happen, but if it happens, then
expect the unexpected at this point. This
Okay.
season, if you would have told me before the season, in season, they've lost Mike Brown, De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, Luke Laux took a new job, Wes Wilcox took a new job. Who's that? Are you leaving?
No.
What if you do next podcast? You're like,
Never.
hey, I got some news. I'm actually
Knock on wood.
I am
Awful.
relocating to. I'm going to San Antonio. What would you do?
If you said that,
yeah.
be like,
Just go heal.
and-
I'm out of here.
and it'd be like, you're telling me right now on the live podcast. Couldn't tell me
Launch
off
a new
air.
podcast.
What the you sound
I'm wearing.
is this
I'm wearing
already
like my gimmick in San Antonio. I'm wearing assless chaps after wins. Oh, the chaps are out.
Everyone forgets about the clap. That's so dumb.
It's
Why?
not that dumb.
No, it's very dumb.
Oh,
Very, very dumb.
Man. Yeah. Look, only 9 games left. The other thing I'm reminding myself of too.
Yeah.
There's some. I know. We all know there's people who have checked out at this point of the season.
Okay.
Because like, hey, it's tough. It's annoying. You know, you've been through a lot.
Sure.
Someone on social media hit me up and was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch. I'm like, look, I hear you. The perspective I try to have is there's like 9 games left, and in mid-May when the Kings aren't playing, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
You might as well suffer
So
through
true.
it and try to watch as much as you can mentally tolerate.
Absolutely.
But the reality is they're still in it right now. They're 36 and 37. You got 9 to play, and we'll be here along the way.
Missing it sometimes hurts more than the actual pain of some of the losses. So,
What do you mean?
like
Missing what?
missing the season.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
You just
in
were
the
saying
middle of
that.
July when there's nothing
Yeah.
to do, and you're just like,
you're like, God,
I mean,
I really.
I'm going to be going to some A's games this year for sure.
Oh wow, Mr. A's.
Someone had the gall. Many people have had the gall. Like, Deuce and Mo, are you guys going to do like A's coverage, like A's podcast? I'm like, okay,
More
I know
people have said that.
I know I'm like Sacramento, like, and do you think I'm going to go live after 162 games? We are live.
Do I sound like a baseball sicko?
Yeah. We're not baseball sickos.
I don't even
I'm a
barely
casual.
like baseball anymore.
I'm a
yeah.
baseball casual. I was watching the Giants today. Obviously grew up a Giants fan, but I'm so like in basketball now that it's not even funny. So I watch baseball as an escape. Like, it's fun. And I've thought about this
It's
as
like
a
white
Giants
noise
fan.
for me. What?
If Sacramento got a team, I'm jumping ship.
Damn. Yeah, because you're
Being
just
honest.
you're not as like dedicated.
But I'll be going to some A's games for sure.
I mean, how could we not? Like that's gonna be it's
And we
Right
don't
around
get to
the
go to
corner.
sporting events like to have a beer often and to do it in your own town.
yeah, because it's like if you're
Um,
going all the way to San Francisco, it's you have to drive back later, so it's not like you can just do that. And now I'm partaking in 5 beers. Kidding. I would be oh no thanks. Joking.
Kinda.
No, I could. Are you serious? Now, old me, I could like have
Yeah.
2.5, and I'm like toasty,
Yeah.
toasty.
Let's get to some final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Fun and different. Doing it from a different place. Doing the podcast from a different place.
Yeah,
What?
it was all. It's fun too because they won. you
Yeah.
know?
If they lost and we had to do it right here, it's like, can this podcast be
Yeah.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
No, it's really fun, and after a win, it just feels good, and that's why it's like celebrate the win, enjoy the now, live in the present, and until Saturday, let's see what we
One
got.
last
What?
thought. Morgan literally could not have 5 beers. I promise you. Someone's
Yeah,
like,
wait,
5 beers? That's a
why?
lot.
Yeah, I
You're
already
like,
said. I said 2.5. I'd be toasty, and that's like 2.5 beers of like
I'm
4
a 2.5
percenters.
for now. I used to like beer a lot. Now
That's what I'm
I'm a light guy.
saying. Like I went to Sac Yard and I think I had 2 beers, and I remember just being like, "What is that an old person
no,
thing?"
No, I'm a snob when it comes to drinks. Snob.
Yeah, but like getting tipsy off of 2 beers now. The old me, I used to be able to probably
Look,
have like 5.
How old are you again?
I'm like 29.
Oh, so yeah, you're a couple years ahead of me. So yeah, I don't know how that feels. You know, I I think about that often. Like, what is it going to be like when I reach my mid to late 30s? And got some time to go. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah, for sure. What is your final thought?
I saw it tonight. I've seen the
Oh.
fun. I've seen the intensity. I need the same intensity.
I agree.
I know for sure certain guys are going to bring that every night. I need that
Absolutely.
same focus all the time, even when you face a little adversity. It's all good. There's going to be tough moments in the game. There will be breakdowns, but more times than not, have each other's back, play with physicality, play with pace, understand that going to the playoffs for these guys, take your fan, all of us take a step back. We all
Okay.
talk about like draft picks and we're
Uh-huh.
thinking about that. Those guys aren't thinking about that. Those guys would love to get into a playoff series. They're competitors.
Sure.
Well, if you want to get there, then you better take that competitive nature to another level.
Absolutely.
Let's bring it on. Let's bring on this road trip. Let's enjoy the moment and the rest of the way. We love you guys, but we got to go.
We'll see you all Saturday. Thanks for being here. See ya.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know. Deuce and Mo.